finally Friday. I'm surprised that Eric and I can't believe we're even around today after the bombastic chat we had. Eric, the likes and subscribers last night, they were just pounding it. Remember that old game, the Hungry Hippo? They were just pounding the like and subscribe button. They were animated. They were heated. Our chat was on fire, even though the Giants only mustered up 5 hits and 3 runs. Will the real Giant? Well, I was going to say with the real Giants stand up, but I think we know who they are.
We know who they are.
They're standing up every night along the dugout going, yay, we got a hit. How you doing, old buddy? It's finally Friday.
Yeah, it is. How about that? And, talking about the Giants game last night, the first run that the Milwaukee Brewers scored, only the Giants could do something like this. In a matter of fact, it came by the hands of Mr. Camilo Doval. Walks a guy, throws 3 wild pitches, and a run scores. We talk about this all the time. Baseball, man, it seems like anytime you watch a game, you never know what's going to happen. And
did you say only the Giants could do that?
Only the Giants.
Doval.
Only Doval, who is on the Giants, could do something like that.
Oh, apparently you don't remember Robbie Ray a couple of performances.
Yeah, no, that's right. Did he allow? I don't think he allowed a run, though. Right? I don't think he allowed a run. One of the games he did it was against the Dodgers, but in the other game he did. Correct.
Yeah, let's hit a couple of batters, make it interesting right out of the hop. Anyway, that was a 3-0 game last night. I was feeling the blues last night. Now, God help us, it doesn't get any better. We're on home turf this weekend, but it's a rematch of what we went through. Hell in a handbasket last week in San Diego. We got Dylan Cease up against Logan Webb tonight, Eric.
It's going to be tough, especially Logan Webb. His last couple of outings haven't been exactly spectacular. He'll give you the innings, but the performance has been a little bit lagging as of late. Maybe he turns it around. Maybe he doesn't. Who knows? Really doesn't matter as far as, playoff implications, but it should. The pitching matchup, should be okay. We'll see how Dylan Cease does in Oracle Park. He's a good pitcher, so he might have success. Again, it's all going to be about the lineup. Let's see who the lineup's going to be. And you mentioned last night, Glenn, Saturday and Sunday, 2 undecideds going for the Giants. So that's going to be a little bit weird for the weekend series.
And they say we've got the best pitching in baseball. Anyway, what do we got going on elsewhere around Major League Baseball today, Eric? You started off. Take it away, my friend.
Yeah, a lot different than yesterday. It's a full slate of games being, of course, it's Friday, so usually it's the start of series. Got Baltimore facing up against Detroit in Detroit. Taking the mound for the Orioles is going to be Zach Eflin. Detroit, again, throwing out undecided. That game will
tickle me pink. Look, Eric, tickle me pink. Kansas City on the road. And another undecided. This seems to be an epidemic around Major League Baseball. Pittsburgh at home, Luis Ortiz, really a nothing game. But that one is a late afternoon start in the Bay Area. There's another one that gets underway, same time frame, 3:40 on ESPN Plus, and it is bound to be a dandy weekend series.
We talked about the Mets schedule a couple of episodes ago. And we said it wasn't going to be easy. And here it begins. The Mets got to face off against the Philadelphia Phillies, who are playing some really good baseball in Philadelphia. It's never easy to play in Philadelphia. Got Jose Quintana, who's actually been having a decent season for the New York Mets, going up against Aaron Nola. Should be a good man. Look at the tickets on that one. Tickets as low as 44. So that one's a little bit more steep. Again, because of the implications for playoffs. But, should be a good game. Again, as Glenn mentioned, catch it on ESPN Plus, 3:40 p.m. Pacific.
All right. And Miami in Washington today. It will be Edward Cabrera against Edward Cabrera. I think I had him in my fantasy league many months ago. He's a good thing I dumped him. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm in 10th place. He's 4-6. DJ Hers 3-7 is going today for Washington. It is a battle of the bums today, in my opinion. Miami, Washington. Who really cares?
Yeah, and you got St. Louis Cardinals facing off against the Toronto Blue Jays. In Toronto, you got Eric Fetty going up against Kevin Gausman, one-time Giant. That game again, both teams are out of it, so it's just going to be let's see who they throw out there. Again, maybe teams are evaluating their players for the future. We'll see. But again, that one takes place 4:07 Pacific. So if you want to catch the game, there you go, 4:07.
Eric is anxious to get through the scoreboard, the early morning edition, as we take a look at the games 2 minutes prior to the start of the game in Cleveland and Toronto. We've got the New York Yankees taking on the Boston Red Sox. We didn't talk about that game, did we, Eric? No, we didn't.
Oh, damn, we didn't. I
Tanner
skipped
Houck
right over it. There
up
you go.
against Clark Schmidt on Apple TV. Eric's just so excited. He wants to go back to bed. It's early Friday morning, and there's plenty of games going on. That one's a big one this weekend. $32 tickets available, as low as $32.
That's
Boston
a great rivalry.
At New York. And I might catch a few innings of that one before Giants baseball tonight. That is an Apple TV. You know me. Never find them on Apple TV, but
yeah, exactly.
Seventh inning, the top of the ninth. I'm like, geez.
And that was a pretty fantastic game yesterday there in New York too. Juan Soto walked it off for the New York Yankees in extras. Again, those just like Giants, Dodgers, Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees. It's right up there with baseball rivalries. And Cleveland got Tampa Bay Rays coming into town, facing off against the Cleveland Guardians. Got Zach Littell, one-time Giant, going against Tanner Beebe. Tampa Bay's out of it, but Cleveland again, they want to hold on to the AL Central. They got to take care of business.
Landon Knack is on the hill for the LA Dodgers. They keep finding players, Eric. I don't know where they keep finding them. They must have a hell of a minor league system. Landon Knack is pitching with a 3 ERA up against Spencer Schellenbach, who's 5-7. Where is the game being played tonight, Eric?
Yeah, second game on Apple TV Plus.
Which stadium?
Oh, Truist.
That's right, Truist Park. Can't throw a curve by Eric early in the morning. And I'll tell you what, Eric, here's another game that you mentioned the Mets earlier. Now we've got Atlanta facing off against the Dodgers. The game is in Atlanta. I don't know if there's any home field advantage when you take on LA. And there I go with Landon Knack, 3 ERA. Where do they keep finding these guys? But this is the good thing. Even though our Giants are down for the count, the UFC fight. Who's the meanest UFC fighter? Whoever he is, he just put a beating on the Giants and knocked them out. So now we get to talk about these races. And the Mets and Atlanta are in one that is dearly heated, with the Mets playing Philly. You got LA and Atlanta. So I'll catch part of that game. I'll let you talk about Oakland, Chicago.
Yeah, I bet. That's gonna be fantastic. You weirdo. That's gonna be a good series though, between LA and Atlanta, and then New York against Philadelphia. Both wild card teams are going up against division leaders, so it's gonna be a lot of good baseball. That playoff caliber type baseball for teams that need to get into it. But yeah, as you mentioned, Oakland A's against the Chicago White Sox.
Well, you know what? Oakland's moving, Eric. If the game was actually, it'd be a bigger pun. If Oakland was playing the White Sox at home this weekend, my catch line would have been, maybe they can just plow under their field and build a corn patch.
Oh, yeah. Right?
Yeah. Who needs a baseball field in Oakland, huh?
Yeah,
Garrett Crochet. It should be an interesting game. See how they face off with Oakland today with Crochet on the hill. Cincinnati's in Minnesota. The Twins are fighting the Kansas City Royals in the American League wild card race. Minnesota, we talked about it in our chat briefly last night, but we did mention that the Minnesota Twins are a team. My God, I wish we could run our operation like they do in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Minnesota's in the hunt every year, Eric. And they are one of the smaller markets in Major League Baseball. How they do it? Upper management doing a great job. Cincinnati, Minnesota, Julian Aguilar up against Bailey. Oh, Bailey Ober again? That guy's got a rubber arm. He's back on the hill today for Minnesota, 5-10 start.
And you got Chicago Cubs heading to Colorado, facing off against the Rockies. Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're 5 games out of the third wild card. They could make up a little bit of ground here playing Colorado. Now, again, you can't sleep on the Rockies, because when you play the Rockies in Colorado, it's never easy. Never easy. But if they could capitalize, maybe they could get back into it. I think there's only going to be about, 5 more series left. I know the Giants only have 5 series. Just I'm guessing that's what everyone else has as well, or close to it. So if they want to make a run, if they have a really good series against Colorado, maybe they make it interesting there for that third wild card in the National League. Javier Assad is going to go for the Cubs. Austin Dahmer going for the Rockies. That will take place 5:40 p.m. Pacific.
Houston Astros won't be in that major league city of Houston today. They're on the road. Houston, did you know they're the 6th largest major league market, Eric?
Did not know that. I noticed. I saw someone in the chat. Matter of fact, senior softball games brought that to the table last night.
Senior, giving me material for the early morning show. Houston's in LA. It's really a nothing game. Kikuchi gets to start for Houston. We'll see how he faces off. Astros, they're just getting geared up for the postseason at this point, Eric. There's a good one, though, in Arizona. You can talk about it.
Yeah, you got the Milwaukee Brewers who just came and won the series against the Giants. They're heading in Arizona. Freddie Peralta going for the Brewers. Eduardo Rodriguez is going for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Should be an interesting matchup. Again, both teams are playing really well. Freddie Peralta might have a little bit better ability right now. I know Rodriguez is still, he's only had a few starts because he's had that injury with his lat in the beginning of the season. So we'll see how that works out in Arizona. The ball flies in Arizona. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think Arizona. What is that? Why can I think of what's the name of the ballpark over there? Can't even think of it right off the hand. Oh my gosh, can't even think of it. Anyways, the ball flies in Arizona. So and Milwaukee, they got some sluggers. Should be a fun matchup there in Arizona. 6:40 p.m. Pacific.
Yep, that one over at Chase Field today, Eric. Texas is in Seattle. Jacob deGrom against Emerson Hancock. And that one is a 7:10 start. Tickets are cheap. That's another one that, I'm more into the playoff races. San Diego at San Francisco to round out our action. And that one is our local game. We'll have the post game on that one after final pitch tonight. Good pitching matchup, though, Eric, as we mentioned off the top. Dylan Cease up against Logan Webb. As far as Cease this year, he's about a 500 pitcher. He's 12-11, but a 3.71 ERA. Logan Webb is 12-9. Do you know where they're playing, Eric? What's the name of the ballpark?
Juan Soto Park.
There you go.
There you go.
Set you up for that one. Before we head on out of here, let's get ready for
real quick on the Texas.
Take a look at the wild card.
Real quick on the Texas series. That's Jacob deGrom's first game of coming back from Tommy John. So we'll see what Jacob deGrom has. Again, when he's on his game, the guy is unhittable. Let's see how he looks after having Tommy John.
Geez, Eric, you know who we didn't touch? We touched on him coming back. You know who we didn't touch on? I think it was Wednesday show or Thursday show.
What's that?
That was the performance from Yamamoto. He's back from injury.
Oh, I didn't even.
9 Ks, 4 innings. Eric, he wins the Cy Young next year. Mark it down right now.
Ooh, look at that.
Mark it down. He's second year, raring to go. Coming off the Tommy John. He'll be ready. Cy Young next year. Yamamoto. The guy's dominant.
Wow. No, he didn't. He had a bum shoulder, but it looks like they did the right thing. They rested him. And yes, they got him 100%. Don't come back at 90% because then you just risk yourself. You jeopardize future.
I'll give him a couple of starts this season, wind him down. He only went 4 innings, and I think he only gave 4 hits in a run. So they're slow rolling him right now, but it doesn't really matter. You know what? He could be a big factor come postseason, though, Eric.
Absolutely, he could.
That's those LA Dodgers. They just never cease to stop scaring you, do they?
Because that's their weakness, right? Is starting pitching. So if they get Yamamoto,
not anymore,
dealing in the playoffs, could be trouble. Could be trouble. We'll see. Arizona Diamondbacks sitting there at the top of the wild card. The Padres sitting in the number 2. Mets still in the number 3 with the Atlanta Braves closely behind. Again, going to watch those 2 teams, the Mets and the Braves, especially since they're both going against top teams. Mets against the Phillies, Braves against the Dodgers should be fun. And there's the Cubs sitting there 5 games behind the 3rd wild card. Again, they might be able to make up some ground in Colorado, but we'll see. Maybe they can make it interesting. We'll see.
2 or 3 weeks. Not enough time, Eric. Not enough time to catch those teams.
Probably not.
I can't see the Mets or Atlanta, either one. The Mets and Atlanta are going to be neck and neck right down.
They are. That's going to be fun to watch. Going to be fun to watch.
I can't see the Cubs. Cubs go on an epic winning streak. Still not going to catch them.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
I'm looking forward to the weekend. A little baseball. Actually, call me crazy. I've been called that once or twice. I enjoy watching a San Diego-San Francisco matchup. I like watching both those teams. To me, it's one of the biggest giant rivalries right now.
I like there's a few guys I love watching on the Padres. I like watching Arias. That guy. Did you hear the stat? I don't know if you heard the stat on the broadcast when they were in San Diego. You know how many times Arias has struck out since the All-Star break?
26.
Get rid of the 6.
2? Oh, it's 26 for the season then. Yeah, beat me again.
2 strikeouts since the All-Star. What is that?
I think he's got 26 for the season.
That's just incredible. The guy just gets the ball in the bat and he puts it in play. And magic things can happen. So, look, you put the ball in play, you never know what can happen. And you know what? It doesn't always require a damn ball going over the fence. Just saying.
But you know what, Eric? I'm looking at the lineup. You got Merrill and Bogart,
always
Tatis. You mentioned Rise, Profar, Eric.
Machado.
Nice team.
Profar.
I buy a ticket to see them play.
Yeah, right. That would be fun. That's a fun team to watch. Look, not only for just baseball skill, but having a winning team together. That is a lineup constructed to go places. Be nice to see that in San Francisco.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go and I'm going over to the radio side, do my show. Eric, I'm going to play a little ELO today.
Nice.
So don't bring me down. I'm taking the last train to London, and I'll be back in time for Giant Sports Talk Live tonight.
Going to be a late one.
The final pitch.
Yeah, going to be a late one, Glenn. We'll see you
tonight. Text and wake me up. Wake me up.
Hey, we'll see you guys in the chat tonight as well. See ya.
Have a great day.